Hey guys, so I was going to share music and then YouTube said no. And then I kept trying. I reset my phone. I did all kinds of stuff. I realized I didn't do my whole Satan School Sundays. It was my birthday yesterday, my born day, my new year. And I took a break because one, I didn't feel connected, and two, we all deserve rest. But anyways, I got some songs today. I tried to share them. YouTube's not allowing it. It's not allowing it. So I asked why, and they said because you're not allowed to hide behind the music anymore. It's time for the blunt messages to be spoke, as I've been doing. So I got these songs. I think I already shared the one song. Can't remember. It's in and out that quick, but Richmond, north of Richmond. And the point to that was they wanted you guys to know that slavery, poverty is a choice, and through God you wouldn't have to deal with those things if you understood the laws of free will, how they actually work. The only person that you have to be upset with about accepting those terms is yourself, because you agree to it. And the whole term selling your soul, that's what that means. So it keeps you stuck in a self-made prison, because the powers that be know how to manipulate that to make it very good illusion for you to stay stuck. And the next song was Fire, from Fireleaf, or Flyleaf. And that in itself, fire, fire, fire from the tongues of liars. That's all it is. You are allowing yourself to be controlled, because instead of questioning that gut feeling or that instinct and asking, why am I having that, and following those subtle synchronicities, then you would be able to see it for what it is. But choosing not to see things as it is and following your ego and your emotions is how you are being manipulated. I've said this multiple ways, and with fire, fire, fire of passion, and it gets me nowhere. So I'm supposed to tell you guys, they don't want me to hide behind the music. I'm going to try to share it in the future, but at least for this message, it is not an option. People's skulls are too thick, and they said it's too passive for it to be passable for the message to get to the people that need to hear it, because they're not clicking on it. Also, the fact that there are people that are curious but don't want to ask because of their relationship to me and the people that are going through it. So if you want to stay nameless, faceless, whatever, this message may be for you. I don't know. I understand that it takes a lot of vulnerability to speak on things you're going through because of who I am and who I may know or whatever. It takes a lot of faith and trust that someone will keep that confidential. I understand that. I get it. There have been cases that I speak about things that people I've talked to, but usually in that it's because it's, they've martyred themselves or have been saved through the things that I've told them. So it's more or less a validation for me. So I don't try to tell people's business or any of that, but I know that's something people worry about. Like I said, I try to use it like HIPAA rights and counseling. What goes in the card stays there, or my general channeling, because that's what this is. For the last year, I've maybe touched my cards like 5-10 times max, because God wants me to be able to connect without that. For me personally, I had to resort to those things because I'd went through so much trauma that I didn't know how to trust myself, because I looked around at everyone I allowed to be in my reality, and realized that I was so far gone with my mindset and the way I was raised, my beliefs and conditioning, that I didn't make sound decisions for myself because I didn't know any better. That's where God shows grace to people under them circumstances. But when a person knows and chooses not to be better, that's a tenfold type situation. And I'm reiterating this for some reason, not questioning what they're saying. I know I'm off topic, but fire from the tongues of liars. It is free will. Once you deal with the trauma that comes along with everything that you have been through, and you take the rose-colored glasses of trauma off, the trauma bonds and everything else that you've created along the way will disappear, and you will see it for what it is. And that's usually a big-ass gut punch to the stomach, to the fucking heart, to the brain, to the, you don't even know how the fuck you've been so lied to, but it did happen, and you're not a bad person. You have a good heart, and it has been manipulated. So I like to show people grace through that, as God has shown me in certain situations. People don't really understand what they're doing. And a lot of the times dealing with me, they don't understand where I'm coming from because of their ego, because of their own insecurities, because of what they've been through. I try to show grace for that. But the fire, tongues of liars. I've been overemphasizing for months now that what's coming cannot be stopped. Now I wish I would have let the music go on for a little longer, because there are people that are going to have to be shown the door. That was the first song that I tried to share. What's his name? Teddy Swims, whatever the fuck. The door. Your life will change when you start showing those people the door. The ones that you cling on to the most are usually the ones that are drowning you the most. And that's so sad, because you would love to love them the way you think they love you, but they don't. They just don't. And that is the reality of it. Once you get comfortable with taking the personal shit out of the game of chess that I like to call life, it is chess, it is moves, it is counter moves. And once you understand the laws, you'll be able to move accordingly. So if I say, hey, so-and-so, would you like to go to the movies? Or I text them, call them, leave a voicemail, whatever, and I sit and wait for fucking 5 hours for them to respond, and to so much to the point where I missed the movie because they never responded. I have no right to be mad at that person. I have every right to be mad at myself, because I gave up my free will hoping that they held me in the same fucking priorities that I held them to. That's the reality of it. They had other shit going on. And there's always, you can be fair and listen to the excuses and go through the pros and cons of, do I continue with that person, or do I see it for what it is and move on and let them be them, because that's all you can do. So stop letting the tongues of liars control how you make your decisions, because at the end of the day, you're going to meet your maker, and he's going to say, hey, you made that choice for yourself. Because we've all been fooled by the mindsets that we've been conditioned to believe. And this is another point I wanted to bring up about being the Gen Z and Alpha generation and being a millennial, and how fucking shitty it is, because we are the last generation of the old ways, and we are the new generation of the new ways. And we're caught in that fucking shitty ass era of, oh, you'll know when you get older. You'll understand when you get older. You'll have kids to clean your house for you. And then you get to that point where it's like, these kids are not born with the conditioning. They are not in the same realm that we were in, with the lack of internet and all the other stuff. They didn't grow up with that conditioning. So Gen X is so fucking pissed off because these entitled motherfuckers don't have a clue. And then these alpha people are like, I'm sorry that you're too stupid to follow that dumb shit. Like, we're not doing it. So it's us millennials that have to fucking bridge the gap, because we're like the Libras, that are looking left and right. Like, we get it. We get both sides. It's totally understandable, because I want to be with the alpha motherfuckers. I ain't doing this shit no more. I'm not going to be manipulated and controlled by bullshit standards and be the one that's hurt by it. No. I'm going to take that free will back. And that's the part of the Alpha Gen X generations that I appreciate, because although it sucks and it's fucking annoying, because damn, I should have done that too. But here we are. There's a reason I had to go through that. And thankfully, these kids are not born with that mindset. They have a different set of DNA than we do, because God already intended all of this. We're already on our third wave. And anybody that's woke knows exactly what I'm saying. And if you want to know, you can reach out. Like I said, there's going to continue to be videos of me channeling messages, because God wants us to know, and it's part of karma. There's a lot of people that have issues with these videos, and for as long as I've been attacked, I'm going to continue to put them out there. I'm going to continue to speak what God wants me to say. If you want to hurt me, that's fine. That's fine. But just remember, every conscious decision you make has consequences. And the energy you put out comes right back to you. So if you want to be changed, if you want to see change, you have to be the change you want to see. And that is literally all I've tried to do since I woke up. I've been woke, but since I got to the point where it was like, okay, the cognitive dissonance has to stop. And I cannot be this person that is diagnosed with BPD. No, I know exactly who I am, and the world is telling me that I'm not that. And no, I'm not going to be gaslit anymore. So yes, I do get triggered when people try to gaslight me. I do become a whole different version of my calm, nice, loving personality when people try me. So if you're one of the people that want to come after me, I'm not threatening you. You are going to have to deal with the consequences of your own decisions, and that is how free will works. So anyone that has been around me through this change will get to see what the things I said then and the things I say now, and everything that is happening for a reason. The karma, all of it. The people that are going to be up, we're doing the work. The people that are going to fail and find the demise and go through losing jobs and doing all this stuff, we're not heeding the messages. So that's what gives me the ability to look at people, because I've healed my trauma to the point where I can look at it and see it for what it is and accept it for such. So do I allow that in my vicinity, in my reality, or do I choose to keep it out of my reality so I can level up and be with God on a daily basis and not have to worry about being triggered and having to watch what I say? No, I stand firm in it. I'm not questioning where I come from. I know my worth, and that's what I'm pushing all of you to do as well. You may fight against me and have totally different beliefs, and I get passionate, but I'm always going to be open to listening to you. Because I know that it's that adversity that pushes me to be more open and aware of everything, because we are one collective consciousness. You are an individual, but you are part of a collective. The entire world, everyone is affected by what you do. Keep that in mind. That is the real game. That is the school of Satan. On Monday, took a day off. Doesn't really matter. The only day you should be worshiping is Saturday, and I'm going to keep saying that, because if you look into gematria, that was the message I spoke about at the beginning of the video. That's what I wanted to put out yesterday, because I was thinking about it. God, I don't really have any. I'm not feeling connected today. It's my birthday. I'm more focused on making sure my family has a good meal for the game. Anybody that came over, I bought food to feed people so they could have a good day, because that's me. I like to take care of people. That makes me feel better about myself. That makes me feel happy. So when I do that for people and then get shit on, that's when the monster comes out. Because you didn't have to do me like that. You could have just told me that you didn't feel the same. That's fine. I'll accept you for being you. And then I can use my free will to do the counter move from that. So if you are the type of person that is not giving people the opportunity to make counter moves and you're just leaving them hang, that's a problem too. And that is a decision in itself. That comes with karma. Usually the same thing coming back to you in the same way by somebody that you really care about that doesn't think you're shit. So, food for thought. That is my message that is channeled. This is what I get from music. This is why I share the songs. Yes, they're secular, but you have to use Satan to get you people to wake up. I know you people. My sister tells me I stop saying that. It irks her because it's offensive. You people are in a group together that are offended. Sorry. Not sorry. It is my job to wake you up. That should not be offensive to you. Words should not be offensive. And I know they all are. I'm not above it. I have my fucking days. Trust me, I'm not perfect. But I learned all this shit through experience and through sitting with God, because God's the only thing that got me to today. All the attacks, all the voodoo, all the shit. There's a reason I know and told you guys to put that salt around your house. It's not because I don't like Haitian peoples. I don't know anybody from Haiti. I don't have any qualms. What I do have a qualm with is the fact that I know for a fact that I've been bullied on that and had energies pushed towards me for the last 5 years. And it's all Satan working through people. Do they have a personal issue with me? I don't know how they could, because I don't know most of the people that have a problem with me. I don't personally know them. So I know it's the spirit of Satan working through them. But it still stands. God's proved me 10 toes down that spirituality is where it's at. And that is the only actual way you can fucking protect yourself. And if that wasn't the case, the people of the Catholic Church, yes, I'm going to go there. Yes, Seppi, I love you. You're going to get mad at me because it's going to offend the people and you're going to have to deal with it. Yep, I'm going to keep bringing it out, because if you have something to say, you don't need to say it to her or anybody else in my family. We can talk about it. We can talk about it. And I know there's a lot of Catholic people that I'm offending. But my point in this is, would they be burning the candles? Would they be using the oils? Would they be using the incense? And why the fuck do they put the damn cross on the forehead for Ash Wednesday? They know that's not the dates. The Catholic Church knows that that is not the chronological order of events, and that they're also fucking pushing people into selling their souls. You can't tell me that the Vatican doesn't have all that information. Every road leads to the Vatican has it hidden now. They took it. It's right in front of our faces. God told you through the Bible, whether it's been manipulated by Constantine, a Roman emperor, and the Pharisees, those are the same people that killed Jesus. But guess what? They have to tell you the truth before they can take your free will. So they gave you the game, they gave you the Bible, they told you the truth, but they manipulated it. It's all in the Bible. It tells you that. So, understand free will a little bit better now? You blindly give up your rights, your energy to source, because God is energy. We are electric components. We are atoms. And those atoms create everything. The simulation that we live in. And the game that we play is chess, and it's moves and counter moves. And when Satan holds dominion over an area like Sodom and Gomorrah, don't look back. Don't look back. Because I assure you, those that stand firm in the real God, the real Yah, is what his actual name is, because they didn't have vowels back then. If you want to look up the gematria, the number sequences that create the coding of aka God, because God is 0 and angels are 1, and those are the people that helped him build the simulation. If you do your research, it's all there. Once you hit the 144 frequency that is required to unlock the Kundalini rising, or to have the Kundalini rising, and to unlock the Akashic records, that's what gives me the ability to be in a situation and not have to research a damn thing, because I've done the work, that God gives it to me directly. That's where my memories came from. I used to tell my friends that it was a filing cabinet of information that I could tap into in my brain and just pull it out. This drawer. All I had to do was have a memory to just trigger that filing cabinet, and I could right back to it. Alicia, you know. She said, oh man, you make me feel so bad. I don't remember shit from our childhood. Oh, why? Because you get to erase that trauma. And I do not mean that to throw you out on the bus. You get to handle it in the way of you don't get to remember it. You shut your brain off to that. I'm the type of person that gets to feel it and feel it and feel it and feel it until it's resolved. So when people say that I'm calculating and I hold grudges, no, I'm trying to get to the root of the problem so I can alleviate the pain that comes along with it. So if I continue to beat my head against the wall with you, it's because I still care about you. The day that I stop talking to you and I give it up is when I've made peace on my own. And that's how it works. You don't need people to validate you. Being connected to source is where that comes from. And that is the reason I can stand firm in my own solitude and know it doesn't matter if one of y'all get me fired. It doesn't matter what happens to me. I will always be protected because I wear the armor of God, the real armor. Because I've been obedient and done the work. And that's what they want you to do as well. Because no soul is lost. You always have the opportunity to redeem yourself. And yes, God knows, people are going to relapse. They're going to go back to their old ways. That can be forgiven. It's the intent. You ain't fooling him. You ain't fooling people like me that's done the work. It's not going to happen. And if you do, it's because God needed me to learn a lesson. So, to all the people that say, I thought she was psychic, why didn't she see that coming? Because I didn't need to. Because God had purpose in that. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm actually extremely grateful to all the people that pushed me to be the better version of myself. Because that gave me strength. It gave me knowledge, wisdom. It gave me the ability to see it for what it is. That's the hardest part. The rose-colored glasses coming off. I don't know what time it is, but it's late. So stay wonderfully abundant. And until next time, goodbye.